Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
Welcome back, you guys. It's your girl Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat.
Hey Moni.
How you feeling today?
I'm calm, regulated.
Okay, regulation.
Got
That's
my
what it
notes
sounds
in
like.
order.
Okay.
So that this doesn't go on and on, but I have a lot. Kat has a lot of strong feelings about today's topic.
Oh my gosh, friend. Well, I might as well let the people know what we're going to review and why we're being so weird. A reality check inside America's Next Top Model. I feel like the streets are chatting about this docuseries, and therefore art thou, we shall be chatting about that today. So I am excited to get into it, I have to say. I mean, this is very much a nostalgic moment for us because, you know, this did come out in the early aughts and we were in our 20s. So this definitely was on my radar. And so, yeah, I'm excited and I want to give you guys the little spiel about this docuseries. So part juicy nostalgia trip, part unflinching reckoning, reality check inside America's Next Top Model, relives the iconic show's most viral moments from wild photo shoots to unforgivable blow-ups, while digging into what was really happening behind the scenes. The docuseries weaves in new interviews with former contestants, winners, and judges as they revisit their time on the series and reconsider its legacy. Yeah, I got that from Netflix, and I think, that and so much more. It doesn't even, that's why we're here, right? We're gonna really dig into this. If you've not seen the docuseries and you want to be surprised, I mean, we're not really spoiling anything. This is an old show, but you know, if you want to revisit it after you've watched it, tap in after that. But we're digging in. We're going in, friend. So, are you excited or?
Yes.
Okay. Look at you. You're really okay. All right. Keep it close to your chest, friend. It's okay. It's all right.
Because we have a format and it's important to stick to the format.
It is. And I guess with that in mind, this is the portion of the show where we do dedicate the episode. So place your hands over your hearts, everyone, if you can. And here we go. As always, we want to dedicate this episode to our patrons. You guys are the best, new and old. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate your continued support. And if you're not a patron, you guys consider popping over to Patreon. We've got lots of bonus content. Join our Patreon family. And then I want to dedicate this episode personally, to personal evolution. I feel like I've said this before, but it just makes me, this whole, like revisiting this particular docuseries, it was something that was front of mind. So just people, we always have opportunities to continue to evolve and to learn from our past and to make things better. Hopefully that's what we're all doing. That's the best case scenario. So just want to nail that in. What about you, friend?
Yes. And because a lot of people get older, but they never grow up.
Man.
You hate to see it. But my dedication is going out to Real Poppycock.
Yeah.
Friends of the show, they just did a review, Higher Learning. Ooh. And I just listened to the review. Tyra was in that.
Yes, she was.
And you know what's so funny? I was thinking about how it was directed by John Singleton and like they were dating at the time.
They were. That's probably how she got in there.
Because she's, well, and then just about how it ends with her getting shot. And
Damn.
I wonder if that...
I forgot about that.
Right. Spoilers for Higher Learning.
Damn.
But, and my other dedication is to Dr. Stephen Hassan.
Okay.
Who is a cult expert. And he was on Trevor Noah's show this week. And there was just so much overlap. And that conversation and the material we're reviewing today. So, dedication over.
Is that why you're subdued, Kat, right now? Because you were
succinct.
Okay.
Disciplined.
I like it.
Thank you.
I think. Actually, we got more time. We'll see. The verdict's still out.
12 minutes in.
Okay. Excellent. And so I think if you have now, because I was kind of like, why are we back here again? You know what I mean? Like, why is this such a big topic right now? And I sort of forgot that this was like, oh yeah, during COVID, the girls were rewatching the shows. And I think this was one of the ones that was maybe viral on TikTok and other platforms and stuff, which I was gleefully unaware of. So good for you guys that got to see it for the first time. But also it's like, you know, revisiting shows from like decades past is always going to be interesting and fun. So if you have a little bit about the people who thought like, let's tap into this in terms of the creators of the show.
Sure. Well, I looked up the
let us know.
directors because there's different studios that were involved in
Sure.
it.
Well, give us what you want us to have, friend.
So I'm the director, Daniel Sylvan,
Okay.
and he is an Israeli director known for The Devil Next Door, Low Country, The Murdaugh Dynasty, Camp Confidential, America's Secret Nazis.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
I've never seen
It
any
sounds
of those.
serious. I know. We're not.
God.
I mean, listen, it sounds like he's into some serious stuff, though.
Okay.
And then we have more Lushi, maybe? Laushi? I'm sorry. Forgiveness. And she is also an Israeli director and has nominations for an Emmy and Outstanding Historical Documentary. It's not telling me what. Oh, for the it looks like for the Oslo Diaries.
Gotcha. It says they're also co-executive producers. So
Okay,
There you
so
go. They were
yeah, I
heavily
feel
involved.
like
Okay.
because when I hear people talking in the background, it sounded like a little accented.
Oh.
So I bet that was them.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
They made a hell of a documentary.
Wow. I mean, listen, we're here talking about it, friend. So what a time to be alive. The early aughts, man. Like I kind of tapped in this on our live just moments ago, but it really transported me. Like when we talk about nostalgia, I was like, this was a time where we were watching lots of reality TV. And
You have to remember, this wasn't too far after 9/11 either.
it wasn't.
You have to
Oh,
remember our psyche as a
yeah.
nation. We were still, it's just kind of like after the lockdown, we were still, it takes a while.
is true. That
when
was-
you have a trauma, like we have a group trauma like that. And then it was kind of like, I kind of want to watch supermodels do stuff.
Well, and I mean, I don't remember seeing any show like that. Like, I think there were competition shows. Like, I think about The Real World and
Yeah.
Road Rules, like stuff like that. But in terms of like feeling like you were actually getting like an end to the fashion industry, it felt pretty unattainable to the average person.
When I tell you,
So-
like, you just get glimpses in Vogue.
Yeah, magazines at that point. It was just like you weren't.
There's no social media.
No.
There's no.
Like, unless you're in society, like I would imagine if you're like one of the New York girlies who live on the Upper East Side and you're like in the fold, like maybe you go to Fashion Week, maybe you're really tapped
Yeah,
in,
you
you
get
know these.
invitations to the shows.
We're-
and things like
if you
that.
could
Like,
imagine, we weren't those gals, so I
no,
didn't-
know. So I was like, when this came out, I was
was
like,
fascinating.
Yes, I'm like,
Yeah.
and when I tell you how influential Tyra Banks was,
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm pretty sure I wanted to work at Victoria's Secret because of Tyra Banks.
I mean,
Like, it was just like, and when like Jay Manuel in the documentary was talking about how, like, you know, people put up pictures of celebrities and he would take out like layouts from Vogue and stuff. I would
You're
do
like, "Me
that.
too."
And I remember putting up pictures of Tyra because I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
finally another black girl besides Naomi. Like, it was like, what? And she got green eyes. I should get contacts.
did you?
Yeah.
I did too, but it was.
it's
I
what
immediately
You
regret
did.
the situation.
You get contacts. You get your belly button pierced. It's what you do.
It is. Again, it was the 2000s. It was the early ones, and you know,
No
with that in
regrets.
mind, it was the representation of seeing her. She just like added this validity to the show. I felt like too, right? Like I just felt like, damn, she's a supermodel and she has this show.
I was just gonna
And
watch it period point blank. 'cause
here
Tyra.
anyway, yeah. but
And
I'm
then
like,
you've got
man,
these super funny gay dudes as sidekicks.
Oh my gosh,
Come on now.
that was the best choice she ever made. Was tapping in Mr. J, to be judges on the show. Like they made the show.
They were the.
They
you could-
made the show.
It was so funny.
They made the show.
when they showed how the ratings went down. when
We're
they-
not there yet,
I'm
friend.
sorry. You're right. You're right.
We're not there yet.
Not
but
there yet.
It begs okay, when you first start creative projects, right? I think, okay, so let's talk about the genesis of the show.
Okay.
So Tyra says that she created the show basically because she felt like she could really tap into the modeling. Like, she wanted to be able to bring forward different kinds of beauty. She wanted to be able to highlight. I mean, she always talks. I feel like you always hear her story about, I was an ugly duckling. I did, she made this transformation, and just, the issue she had in the modeling industry, and just wanting to highlight people of color, different shapes, sizes, all this stuff. So it sounds like her intentions were, I mean, if we're taking it at face value, I mean, that's not like a bad thing, right? Like, wanting to open up or open up the path for different kinds of people.
And I think seek some legitimacy in the business world.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like she didn't, even though you want to be beautiful, but you didn't want to be seen as just beautiful.
Yes.
And I think there was a lot of maybe insecurity in that area that made her to make certain decisions.
Absolutely. I mean, to the point where she was talking about pitching the show to all these major networks, and nobody was interested, and it was kind of like everybody's thought was like, oh, this is a vanity project for Tyra. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not going to be.
I mean, and it was,
good.
but it can make money. Why can't a vanity project make money?
Listen, UPN thought so, and they said we ain't got nothing to lose. So, hey,
it's like, we'll put black people on TV. We don't care.
Yeah. And I mean, it was probably the best thing they ever did.
UPN though.
UPN. What other shows were on UPN at that time?
Was Moesha UPN show?
Probably.
It's hard because it was CW and UPN and stuff like that. But I feel like Steve Harvey's show was
probably
at UPN. And I feel like maybe the game started on UPN. Maybe everybody check
we
up. We
could just Google
on
it now, but I'm not.
No, it's not.
I'll get distracted.
It was a very important channel for Black people.
It was, and so
especially the youths.
Because
once again, you have to think about the media landscape. We still weren't seeing a ton of representation.
No, not at all.
And
too, just let's talk about the beauty standards too, because other shows that were on at the time, or you mentioned to me that you were watching Girlfriends or something, and this was in the early 2000s, correct? That show came out. You were like, man, these hoes were so skinny back then. Like, I forgot like how like the 2000s beauty standards. It's so crazy now, like how reality TV and the beauty standards that are driven right now are so different than what we grew up on. It was those skinny ass eyebrows that you plucked them to death.
I had
some of the girls still
issues,
never came
so
back.
I never did it. I did it one time and it hurt too bad, and I never did it again.
Listen, but the girls were taking them things off. It was those low rise jeans.
I did.
It was, like you said, belly rings, but it was extreme. Like, it was very skinny. It was like everything was no meat on your bones.
Atkins, man.
Atkins diet.
Because no carbs,
wow.
man. That's always been I don't want to give people points, but I'm going to keep a ticker going for tactics used by cults, because calorie deprivation is one of them.
Wow. Well, there was lots
of that.
Because
guess what needs a lot of calories to work? Your brain.
Oh,
but your brain's using the most.
My God.
Your brain is using most of your calories. So if you don't give it enough calories, you get dumb.
Oh man, you hate to see it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, all that to say, I feel like, initially it seems like a project that she was like, really excited about and had potential to be great, because she's saying like, I want to use this platform to kind of broaden the spectrum, to shine a light on people who don't get representation, and she gets this opportunity, and the ratings were insane. Like, it really resonated. People really liked it. I think the weight of who she was, and she's a beautiful person. Like,
I think deep in our hearts, we want to see diversity.
Yeah,
it was like really
so
one
too.
of the only like not segregated shows on TV. And like I said, even queer representation.
Yeah,
like, people want to see.
That was big too.
Try to tell me, okay, gay guys aren't entertaining. Like, okay,
there's some of the
executive producers. Like, y'all don't
Seriously?
know.
Yeah, she did her big one with kicking them.
That's something you can replace with AI. All them execs.
Yeah, that's so.
Because they're trying to replace the writers. Nah. It looks like y'all the ones who don't know what you're doing, but
it was it was a whole phenomenon.
It was intense.
It definitely took us by storm. And I do remember watching it thinking like, oh my God. Like, there was that kind of factor. Because it made it seem like. So the thing about America's Next Top Model to me was like, it seemed to be offering something that like maybe other reality shows didn't at the time, which was legitimacy in that industry, right? Like, you get a Ford model contract. You may or may not get a cover girl contract at different points in time. And you know, I feel like there was a cash prize. Was there not? Or maybe I feel like at some point maybe there was.
Different challenges you could win cash prizes.
You could win money. Yeah,
during
so
the
like
thing. And because why did I look up this one in the documentary? This was something else I watched on YouTube when they were interviewing Sarah, one of the girls. I'll look it up and get the stats or whatever, but she was saying they only gave them $37 a day as a per diem to be on that show.
It's like y'all ain't about to be eating. That's enough for your cigarettes and your coffee. Wow.
Even in the early 2000s, that's like crazy, $37. And just to let you know, like she was talking to another reality TV star, and they were getting around like $400
a day.
For their per diem.
Oh, whoa, that's a huge difference.
Well, because we've stated it costs $100 to go outside.
Oh
so you know what I mean. Like if you want people to be, but they didn't want people healthy and well taken care of because
that doesn't make
tactics.
For good TV,
That makes you feel too psychically secure, and you won't be as susceptible to the control.
Well, I think she had a unique opportunity to make it legitimate, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, why wouldn't you? Because you know what I mean? If your actual goal was to like really change the industry because you know how fucked up it is, then why didn't you take that? It's like anything else. Like I'm not just holding Tyra. This happens across the board. Like when you get access to the thing that you feel like has been kept from you, you get that power. Like you tend to just play the game that's in front of you. You don't tend to change the game.
Just spin the wheel.
So in some ways, yeah, she changed the game by having it, but you see her just kind of falling in. Like you're getting these ratings, and the more dramatic things happen, the you're like, okay, now I got to up the ante. You know what I'm saying? So
I think because I don't think she really felt like she could change the industry. Because
I'm sure she didn't. You know what I mean?
Because a lot of times, like the girls were saying, like being on the show was just such a huge stain and blah, blah, blah.
Especially back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like you don't want to be that girl.
You weren't legitimate as a reality star. Like that's something that's new in the last decade or so. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe a little bit longer. That like a reality show, you could be valid. Like you look at somebody like Cardi B. She started off on Love and Hip Hop. I mean, before that, she was a stripper, dancer. She also got real popular on social media, like on Vines and stuff. So people kind of knew who she was, but she was able to use that platform to propel herself. And you do see that now. So whether that's, you know, a big following or whatever.
True to form though, most of the people, I'm assuming, who are on Love and Hip Hop, is that the show?
Yeah, that's the one she was on.
Most of them don't blow up like Cardi. Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. Same thing for this show.
All them people were grown.
Yeah.
I would make the case that a lot of these young girls, I would not count them as grown.
It was so bad.
Like they're tall.
It was so bad.
But these were babes.
That's what I mean. It's like you're selling them something. It turns out it was just a TV show, and all of them had to like learn that the hard way. You know what I'm saying? But like even me watching it, I'm thinking like, damn, that's a cool ass opportunity though. Like they're getting. Like you have a top model, somebody who you know is successful in this industry that you're trying to break into, and you're looking at them like a den mom. Like she's gonna have her hands over me. She's gonna be leading me toward these opportunities. She's handing me this platform, and it's like for that to fall flat felt crazy. So let's get into the details because we're talking about it pretty generally, but let's talk about some of the stories. Like what stories do you want to tap into? Like what really got you? Because I can think of a few things.
So what really stuck in my craw, I feel like people were saying like her going off on Tiffany was the worst part. I think the worst thing was Shandy. Like that was super messed up. Okay, here's the thing. So everything is kind of like parallel because Jay Manuel's book, the wig, the bitch, and the meltdown. So,
what a title.
Can I also say, it's not a good book. Okay, so I would, if it was good, I'd recommend that we read it and review it. It's not well read, but messy. Okay, and so you're basically getting the story from, you know, Jay's point of view, but he's changed all the names to protect people. And so his thing about the meltdown was that wasn't the original one that aired. Like, according to his version.
Well, they say they edited it down. Like, that's what I heard them saying.
He also said that while Tyra was doing that whole little speech with them about cheating, she was cheating on her boyfriend at the time and had a pregnancy scare. Once again, it's a novel. So I've been calling it Schrodinger's novel because
Is the cat alive or not?
is
We don't know.
it true or not? It's like in a state of superposition. And which is fascinating, but it's like, oh my God. But yeah, I think the stuff with Shandy was just the way that I in my heart, I feel like Tyra owes Shandy money.
So let's talk about what happened with Shandy. Let's just pretend like maybe there's one or two people listening who never watched Top Model, didn't see this, and won't watch it.
I'm gonna tell Shandy's story from my POV, or at least with her as main character.
Okay.
So Shandy is emotionally abandoned by her parents at a very young age, and then when she turns 18, decides to strike out her own, gets this boyfriend Eric. I'm glad they broke up because, first off, if that's your girl, why are you sending her to New York to go make money? That sounds like pimp behavior. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. He did call her a bitch. So, so while she's on the show and realizing that she's pretty because she has the ugly duckling narrative or whatever, and she's actually shining. Like I like when dude was like, "Oh my God," it's like we found her at a Walgreens. He's like, "That's where they all come, Walgreens and Dairy Queens," because they go out and find these country girls. That's what they did with Anna Nicole Smith. Anyway, so she's like, "Okay, I'm like getting it or whatever." They go out and ply this girl with alcohol. They're not giving them food. And she's like blackout drunk, and then they have these guys come over. That was such a setup, man. And just she ends up having blacked out sex with one of the Italian dudes, which is also known as sexual assault. Like
AKA.
It wasn't back then though. Back then it was called being a slut. So then they basically make her call, not make her, but they have her call her boyfriend.
Mind you, while you're there, you're not calling your family. You're not. There's no phones. Nothing, because they can't know anything about the production. But yet she had the opportunity to.
This
call
was
her
on
boyfriend.
another. I'm gonna get the name of that other YouTube show I watched, where one of the other girls who wasn't in the documentary was talking, but she said that this is another cult tactic. They kept repeating the same threat over and over again about, like, if you violate this, we'll take a piece of your paycheck for the rest of your life. Like, they kept saying that to these girls. Just something to keep in mind. So she's under a tremendous amount of psychic strain and control. So she calls her boyfriend crying to tell him what happened. He cusses her out, calls her a fucking bitch. And it was so bad, even the camera crew was like, sorry. Like, we had to film that. That was super messed up. Now, the camera crew from the night before, I guess they didn't have any qualms about filming this young girl having sex, black whatever. Anyway, so Tyra comes on the show talking about, like, cheating's not cool, guys. And, and then Shandy, I don't know when, she definitely didn't win that round.
She left. I think she ended up leaving. I don't know if she got let go or they just show her leaving. Like,
that's pretty traumatic. And then she tried to make it work with her boyfriend for a while, and he, they just couldn't. She was getting slut shamed on the streets and stuff like that. And so
back at Walgreens,
back at Walgreens.
Yeah. So that's what's crazy. It's like you're on this platform that's supposed to be giving you all these opportunities.
And Tyra's talk show, also iconic. But, like, she has the model girls come on the talk show, and she told Tyra before the show she didn't want to see the footage. She didn't watch the show because it was just too much. And then Tyra made her watch it in front of everybody anyway.
I noticed you have your head down during that part, Shandy. Is there any reason why? Bitch, probably because I told you I didn't want to see that.
Diabolical.
And I'm trying not to. It's just like, damn, it's real crazy. And I do think... like, what was she, 8? Was she even 18 at the time?
I didn't even look it up. I was telling myself she was 19.
18 or 19.
Because she said she was 18 when she left home.
Yeah, like...
So...
It's just so sad because, like, your 18-year-old self, think about how, like, non-jaded you are. And then you're in this... You need
so much protection still.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how come... And here's what got me about that part, though. So, like, when they asked her specifically, Tyra, do you remember the Shandy situation? And she was, like, acting like she had to recall it. And like,
Shandy.
Yeah.
Schmandy. Schmandy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember this.
Come on, you remember, and then you say...
They were so super shady, the way they cut it. I'm sorry, the editor, how they did that, I loved it, but man.
Maybe that's... they're taking notes out of her book. for how that show got edited, because at the end of the day, for you to say, as the person who created the show, as the host of the show, as the executive producer of this show, I don't have anything to do with the production part. Like, that's how you feel like you can wash your hands of the whole
Guys, we
crew?
didn't even show all of it.
You shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Maybe that shouldn't even have been like a main
My
part
whole thing
of
is
the
like,
show.
to me, that was just so the intention of it. You know what I mean?
It was, because now it's a plot point of the story. You know what I'm saying?
And it was huge too.
Yeah.
Like, the episode was called "The Girl Who Cheated." That's some old. And so,
like, it was just that simple.
Beautiful about this generation is they're immediately like, why are they filming that girl's sexual assault?
Yeah.
I'm like, they immediately like pounced
Clocked
on
it.
it. They were like, and here's another thing. I keep hearing over and over again, she didn't apologize for anything. She did apologize to Kenya and Danielle. But she didn't apologize to Shandy. I feel like you owe Shandy money. Like, listen. And just think about your car. I'm just like, Tyra, I know you're watching.
Does she have kids? Doesn't she have a child?
She has a son, yes. A hard fought, she had like a whole IVF thing. Like, that was the thing too. Like, she had trouble with,
Getting pregnant and stuff.
fertility stuff. So you have this, journey, and you have this child. It's like, what would you do if somebody treated your child like this? Like, you need to get right with, I
don't think she thinks she did anything wrong, though. I don't think she thinks she has anything to really apologize
She's
for.
like, do you remember on 30 Rock, Jenna Maroney?
Yeah.
She's like
so
Jenna
delusional.
Yeah.
I've always, so here's the thing.
Okay.
I have to say something nice first, because I don't know Tyra, right?
I know. No.
And, even like before seeing this, there's always been a part of me that felt like she is a performative person. You know what I mean? She reminds me of somebody I know in real life who I feel like can't actually be their real self. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. And it's like, you feel like it feels like she's playing a character of herself, if that makes sense, right?
Oh, yeah. Because every once in a while, the real breaks through.
And it's like, what is the real to you? What do you think is the real?
When they asked her about Jay Manuel, and she was just like, I don't want, no. Because I don't even think they're supposed to, no one's supposed to ask her that. So I think that really did knock her out. Like, that's on her list of things, like, don't ask me about that.
And that's like on her rider.
Yeah,
it's like, don't ask me about Jay.
Yeah,
bring my
like,
water.
when did she ever talk about? You never hear?
I don't hear her talk about nothing. I don't be seeing her.
You don't see her ice cream shop.
But
she got that. You didn't hear about her?
No,
hot
of course
ice-
I did.
I'm sorry. Let me calm down. Here's the other thing.
Wait,
because I want to say something nice too.
Okay.
Because I think, as a society, we have a habit of pointing our fingers at the woman, because there are a lot of people involved in this, and Tyra's not the only villain. Also, do you remember Kenya Barris was a producer on the show?
I do.
They
when I was
never
reading
said
that,
his name once in that documentary. Isn't
Nope.
that kind of weird?
if he was involved, I mean, they're dragging everybody else.
Yeah. So that to me, and
Was he invited to be asked?
here's the thing. I'm pretty sure he has a deal with Netflix. Like, he produces content for them. So I'm wondering if it was maybe Netflix who didn't want him to be a part of it. Because as
Just
we
like
can
Eva
see, there's
wasn't a
no
part
way
of
to.
it either.
Right. There's no. But like with Eva, though, I don't think I don't know.
Maybe she had a positive experience is my point. Like you're gonna go with the stories that you know are the ones that are the most, because Tyra was her manager at first, like personally managed her when she first won. You know, she was under her management and stuff. So you're gonna have a slightly different viewpoint. So like I think you're gonna go with the stories that you know are all the girls that they highlighted were the ones. Well, not all of them. Or I'm saying like they didn't maybe capture every single girl who had the big story, but they're the ones that I kind of was like, oh yeah, she had to close her gap in her teeth, or she decided to, or whatever it was. But back to my thoughts on Tyra and whether or not, like, I think that she's the kind of person who is delusional about her own self. Like you said, like a Jenna Maroney type character. I don't just, like you say, it's not just Tyra. She's not terrible in every way. Nobody can be.
No.
I'm just saying in this way, I think that instead of like, And whether it was that she didn't think she can affect any change or whatever, she was just as terrible as everybody else in these industries.
That's
you know
what
what I'm saying? She was just doing what everybody else was doing, which doesn't make it
cool.
awesome. It's just like,
she's like, why everybody calling me out? It's
you know
like,
what I mean? Ken Monk, you too. You was out here, you know what I mean? Y'all was gassing each other up.
But it was, to me, I also saw a lot of, like I said, because it's just like weaponizing like psychology to control people, right? So a lot of it reminded me of the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. And because a lot of it involves lulling young women into a sense of security and then vampirically feeding off of their youth and beauty and energy to enrich yourself by giving them as little as possible. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but of course she wasn't straight up sex trafficking, but I mean,
it was, here's the thing. I think when you turn the cameras on, it's almost like, because for me, the question is like, how much accountability should be on the people shining a light on stuff? Like, do I think this kind of vampiric, exploitive behavior happened before she turned the cameras on? Hell yeah. Like, this is, she was shining a light on the things that already existed. But then it's like, well, how much responsibility do you take for that? Because I think that's what would have been nice, is that you recognize the whole picture, right? Like, you recognize, like, yeah, you busted some doors down, you gave people platforms and stuff, and at the same time, it was extremely problematic at times. It was definitely you're taking advantage of people. Like, it's predatory. Like, we all know now in the big 26, like, reality TV is exploitation. Like, that's what it is. And you can sign up for it kind of knowing. I just don't think these girls knew.
Yeah, like I said, this was the advent of it. Like, now you know when you go on these different things, like...
Yeah, like, you know, if you're showing up on the baddie show, you got to go ready to fight. You got to bring, you know, your Vaseline. You got to bring, you
your
know,
battle axe.
you got to, you might get a tooth knocked out. You feel me? I don't think Natalie Nunn is presenting herself outside of what it is she's producing. It's a very specific kind of entertainment, and you know what you're signing up for, sort of.
Yeah, like Jerry Springer.
Whereas, like, you show up to this, you're thinking, like, this is legit. I think that's worse, almost.
Because you've got like, all the trappings of legitimacy.
Yeah.
And, like, for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, these people that I've only read about in magazines, access. You, like, can see them moving, talking, and hugging Tyra. What?
Yes.
Like, it's incredible. So...
Yes. it was hard to watch. I think the Shandy one, but also too just the one girl, I don't remember her name, but her getting those teeth pulled out. They were saying she was like there all day. And you know, like, so oral surgeries, and because I used to think that too. I was like, I would have been out. Like, when you're asking me, or even just like shaving people's heads. And you know, like, if I didn't want to close my gap, but then 2 seasons later, you're widening somebody else's gap.
And how about, I even knew back then, I was like, Laura Hunton, hello. Madonna,
she had a huge
hello.
Like, what is,
like, you can have a,
and Danielle, beautiful.
And how about
She
Danielle still looks amazing.
She hasn't aged a day.
I mean,
talk about not cracking.
She has, but it's like almost
it's
like
beautiful.
She's more beautiful.
Somehow.
Like, she almost looked like it's like, are you turning into an enchanted raven?
Right.
Like, what?
Okay, an actual painting.
Yeah, like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
Go ahead. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, what did you think about the blackface?
That's what you were going to say?
Yes.
It was crazy. and I'm trying to think.
You bitch.
I was trying to go back to the moment when I actually saw it, because I know I watched this shit in real time. I'm pretty sure
I
was
wiped it
up.
from the hard drive. I promise you.
Because I was like, that's right. And I'm like, was I disgusted at the time? Or did I just, it's like at this point, there had been so many more antics that it's like.
Though? I also had a 2-year-old.
I don't have that excuse. I'm pretty sure.
So my brain probably was like, just no.
I think because I remember it being like multicultural, so it wasn't like, I think maybe I thought it canceled everything out, because it was like, oh, it was all in, it was like it wasn't just like straight up blackface. It was like Indian face, Native American face. You know what I mean? Like,
so that made it better.
I no, looking back, no.
Okay.
But I'm just like, I don't remember. I remember thinking like, why are they the afro, and because the girl that they chose to make a black girl with the big afro, I remember her being like super excited about it and stuff. and her looking extra crazy and thinking like, that's not.
And giving him a milk mustache.
Yeah.
Like at this point,
Come
Tyra's just
on.
playing with us.
You're doing a lot,
You're doing
fam.
blackface. Like you're doing Mammy.
This is
like this
oh
is.
my God.
But you know what? It makes me think of another piece of media that I really enjoyed.
That had blackface?
Yes.
Okay.
Bamboozled. Spike Lee's Bamboozled, and it was
think this is
deeply
him.
unpopular, but I loved it.
That it was great.
Because it was making the point that if we brought back minstrel shows today, it would be the #1 like program on television. Like
They would love it.
they'd be so happy. Actually, I thought about that as part of the compromise for getting reparations. Like we get reparations and you guys can do blackface now. They might actually take that deal.
Damn, that's a hell of a deal. I've never thought about what it would take.
I do.
Okay. Thank you for that. I have to file that away.
I think about it so
oh my
much.
gosh. It was just,
It was that's
so
why I was
bad.
probably so excited about this. I'm like, finally, something to think about besides racism.
Oh my gosh.
But then there was
But
still, come
there
on.
was still
it
that.
had America in the title.
Oh my gosh. So what about Janice Dickerson? Like she kind of made a reappearance. Her character was
forgot
crazy,
about her.
man. She
You know what
was
was wild?
nuts.
Yeah, she
She was unhinged. Man.
Oh,
but
man.
that's like her brand. Too,
It
though.
is because
You could tell it was like lots of coke, lots of whatever. She probably
okay, so according
what was it? Oh no, is this the bitch, the wig, and the goddamn shoe or whatever? What was it called?
sometimes he would take her stuff so she wouldn't pass out before shooting was over. And then other times he would spike her stuff with Adderall to
So
get her
she'd stay
back
up?
up. And then he had told a assistant to put some Adderall in like her Diet Coke, and the assistant put the whole bottle instead of just
Now
like
she's
one
all
or two.
the way. She's all the way up. Doom doom.
I had a feeling that might have been a true story.
Oh wow. Because it's like this is too
Because
vivid.
he's
This is too
not a
detailed.
good writer. That's the whole thing. This ended up being very entertaining with him being a very he was like, I didn't use a ghostwriter. It's like, oh, honey, we
You
know.
should have. Bless it.
No, he shouldn't have.
No?
But it was
It made it
almost
even better?
charming in a way, like how bad it
Oh.
was.
Okay.
And still not worse than Tyra's book. Tyra wrote a book, y'all. We're not going to read it. It's called Model Land.
I don't think she's capable of anything grounded or authentic, which is why, like you mentioned, the
part.
hot ice cream. It's like, bitch,
There's no one telling you no.
I don't
you
want
get rid
that.
because Jay. That's what,
What
I'm
are you
saying. She
talking
gets rid of
about?
anybody who pushes back, and
That's-
that is.
oh, that's
I'm gonna
bad
put that on the
leadership.
cult tally too.
Bad
because you
leadership.
can't. Like if you can't, if you're.
It's just it feels like such a missed opportunity. Like you know what I mean? Because I want to believe that she really thought that she could change the game, or at least sort of change the game. And to me, it's like I feel like she probably could have. And I'm not saying like totally change it. We see that time has changed it some, right? Like over time, we look back and say
That
like this is
pesky Me
trash.
Too movement.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But it's just like you could have set up modeling schools internationally and abroad, and like scouted talent, and like the fact
Started
that
her own agency.
started your own agency. Like you could have
Because
actually
man,
set
did you
these-
have the inventory?
I'm just saying you had the inventory, you had the interest, you had the views, you had the likes, the clicks, all of the things you needed to make it a success. You had your legitimacy. You had all of the
here's-
girls in your back pocket.
But that would have
like-
also taken focus on one thing, and you can tell she liked to spread it around, like the ADD of it all, ADHD of it all. And there also might have been some trauma that she's trying to cover up with constant work.
perhaps.
So,
It was just like, damn, it really could have been something else.
wait, why did Jay say, though, when she was typing, like she didn't know how to type, so she was just doing like this when she was writing the book? For people
You
don't
didn't
know,
have to add that, Jay. That
he
is
sure did,
extra
and he
shady.
always
That's
added too
hilarious.
about how like he would use big words and she didn't know what they meant, and it was so shady. Oh my goodness, his feelings were hurt.
My feelings would have been hurt too.
Yeah,
It's like the thing is like
because he was like, I don't care.
I made this show hot. We made this show hot. Like we actually, and then him saying like he couldn't even have the conversation with her that like this is going in a weird direction for me. Like I don't even like I feel uncomfortable
Yeah.
at this point and couldn't even say it. And when she got a whiff of that, you know, like him leaving and he decided he would stay. It was like
But under
You
threat
wouldn't even
of
talk-
law.
yeah.
Like he's like basically you can't leave till I'm done with you.
that's crazy.
Cult
Okay, there's the tally. It's
not allowed to leave.
It was just real sad. So, I mean, and okay, so what's another incident that was real crazy? Is there anything else that there was so much. Let's see.
Well, there was the girls all passing out because they wouldn't let them eat.
Yeah, or hypothermia. Yeah, there were just times where like the ambulance is pulling up and taking these girls out and stuff. And it's like, is this what's really happening in the modeling industry? Like people are really okay with this, which like I said, I'm sure this is kind of true. Like you see, like think about all the eating disorders that survived and thrived off the backs of shows like this. You know what I'm saying? Like that fully endorsed, because there was like a girl eating something, barely eating. She's like, that's all you're going to eat for dinner? She's like, yeah. She was like, I'm trying to keep the calories down, you know. It's just like, that's brutal. Then or passing out because it's so hot, and the medic is like, well, because of your body mass and index being so small in this extreme heat, and you need to eat, you have to eat some calories, or this is dangerous for you. Like you could die.
Yeah.
So
and they're like, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm willing to die for this. That's what's so crazy. It's just like,
or the shoot where they had to pretend to be murdered.
oh my God, this one was so bad.
Yeah, I had trouble. I couldn't really look at that one because I don't really.
So the story behind this one, guys, is this one contestant shares at some point, either pre-production or during production.
No, confessionals. That's a big part of cults too, like getting all the information dumped. Like they love bomb you, so they get the information on you and then use it against you later. Cult tactic.
So I don't know when they connect. I don't know if this information came. I don't remember it coming out on the show. I don't remember if this confessional was something she just shared with pre.
No, they
or
said
post.
That's part of the intake.
Okay, so as part of their intake, they were given this information.
Once again, this is from another document. This is another thing I watched on YouTube that I'm gonna find the link for or whatever. But this was a girl who had been on the show and said, all the girls who come in before, because you have to sign away your life, and you also have to like pretty much write your own life story so that they're able to know how to psychologically attack you. Okay,
wow.
sorry.
So all of that to say, pre-production, they get all this information about these girls, and then they do this photo shoot. They decide to depict different ways to get murdered, basically.
Well, one model murdering another. So that was the theme. It's like, you were killed by another model.
You were killed, right?
Yeah.
And so this one particular one who shared that her mom got shot in the head and was paralyzed, she gets assigned getting shot in the head. And it's like,
because they wanted her to have a breakdown. They were like probably really irritated when she didn't have a breakdown. That was like the same thing when she was yelling at Tiffany. Like she was trying to get a reaction out of her, and Tiffany didn't really give her what she wanted.
That would have been my daughter. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, for one, I can't picture. There is a certain level of like, you are socialized, even when you try not to have your kids socialized to be people pleasers. Like, I think there's a part of everybody that you're trying not to like ruffle feathers, especially when you think you're in front of a big opportunity. I can't picture a world where my daughter would have gave her nothing. Like, I'm not getting ready. Dust. I will never let you think that whatever you said to me has affected me in any way, shape, or form. And
like
I'm
she
glad.
Pointed out, it's like, you ain't done nothing but brought me here and gave me hell.
That's it. Like, what are you talking about? And even after the fact. So it's just like, and then for you to frame that as tough love. You know what I'm saying? When you know good and damn well, that's not what this is. You are exploiting these young women. The opportunity, and you can help them maybe or maybe not. And then you say, I knew you weren't gonna be able to get in the doors with top model or whatever, but I just decided not to help you. That's what she said to Danielle. I was like, that's crazy. Like, you're in a model's apartment with, what is it, Chanel Iman or Iman? And everybody in this modeling house, this is Danielle. She's like, everybody's getting booked. And then Iman is it Chanel or Iman?
It's Chanel Iman.
Chanel is asking like her agent, because they have the same agent, like, how come why isn't she going on any go-sees or anything? Oh, we have to treat her different. She's from Top Model. You know what I mean? It's like, so I ran across these stupid ass runways with fire blasting. You had me jumping off of buildings. Mind you, I can't use near one of these fucking photos that I took here in my portfolio because they don't even matter.
She took an interest in Ava.
In Eva?
I'm sorry, Eva.
I mean, I can't say. You know what I mean? I don't really know.
Because, yeah, it is interesting. I've forgotten
Maybe she
that.
actually really found some kind of connection with her. I really don't know. But yeah, she was under her management
Because it
for a little
shows
while.
that you can really do a good job in this. And she just,
And she let her go. She said in 2006 she left her management and stuff like that. But I mean, and Eva was able to pivot away from modeling into acting and some other things.
Yeah,
and stuff
she
like
kind of
that
went
too.
black.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
she did.
She wasn't going mainstream per se,
Good for
which
her.
is kind of like, hey,
You kind of have to.
where
your bread is butter, baby. Tyler Perry.
We were happy to have her.
Listen, that part, you know what I mean? She's
yeah.
getting her money there, and it's just like, I don't know though. To me, it just was such a missed opportunity, and I feel like a couple things can be true. Like you just didn't have to be that.
And here's the thing too. I think people kind of let up on the Jays because one, Mrs. J had a stroke, so that was wild.
They went in too.
And then, but yeah, like Niles and Mr. J. I think it's hard for me to blame Mr. J for anything because he's so cute. Like the halo effect is real. Like
it's
it's
like he's so
super
beautiful.
I know. It's like he didn't want to do that. It was just Tyra was a bad influence. He's a good boy.
No, they were all in on it. You know what I mean? Like they were all.
Especially calling them girls fat
and just reading them and being so mean and so shady. And
it's like, so what? You want to go back to Burger King?
Right? What you gonna do?
But yes, but threatening them to going back to their other. It's like, man. And here's the thing, because people, I love the theme song. It's like, you want to be on top. And it's like, here's the thing.
You have to hand over your soul most of the time.
Yeah, like it's
your dignity, I would say.
Who is it? George Burns? Who is that old guy with the cigar?
Old guy with a cigar.
I think it's George Burns. He was quoted on The Simpsons as saying that Hollywood is a hideous bitch goddess.
Oh.
And from the stories I hear, it just seems true. Like, I don't know what it takes to, really scrap it out. Is it George Burns?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe said it, maybe didn't. But
it does feel like that. But like I said, I just feel like now looking at reality TV, we know what it is. So, I just would have liked to have seen her take ownership, but based on how she was portrayed or even portrayed herself, like and some of it could be editing or whatever, but it's like I don't see how this helped you. If you thought this was going to help, but I also understand like controlling the narrative, getting on there. If they were going to make this with or without you and you had the opportunity to speak on your own behalf, okay. But nothing about her seems authentic.
She's like, I cried myself to sleep that night. It's like, for some reason I don't believe you.
It doesn't, you know what I mean?
And here's the other thing. You could have took a pay cut to keep them on there. Because like I said, you're not hurting. So even like the quarterback knows to, maybe take a lesser contract so your cornerback so you can eat solid foods and walk after your career's over.
And it's kind of arrogant too, because I think sometimes we have that main character energy focus, like where you think, well, it's as long as I'm there, it's great. Like the sort of reality check that she got and they got. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, yeah, y'all left the same way y'all were dragging people and cutting people and not giving a fuck.
I put
y'all
that
got,
in there. You live by the mess, you die by the mess.
That's it. So to me, it was like y'all got what the energy that y'all were producing came back to you. So, but I do think though, on a friendship level, if they were ever friends, for their working relationship to end like that was real
sad.
Fucking messy.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
My whole thing is like, why can't you just talk?
Can
we just talk? Because to me, that would be so weird if like we didn't talk at all before we sat down and turned on the camera and then was just like,
I can't. I'm not doing that. Bitch, if I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking to you.
I feel like that's a good example of how like you can actually thrive a lot better even in your solo projects if you get past this and don't have that animosity.
Yes.
And there is that special magic that you only make when you're together.
When there's certain people, because I mean, even if they tried to bring that back, I wouldn't watch it even, I don't think, with the old judges on it. It's like, please let it die.
No,
like, please don't try to bring that back.
This was some more dirt too, because Jay was saying like the network wanted someone white, straight, male. Sounds like Niles wasn't all the way straight. So, because
well. Wait a minute. This is based on the fictional.
The novel.
The Schrodinger's
In the novel, the Mason
character
character makes a very fumbly pass at Pablo, who's the Jay character. Because he's like, I know how your people like it. And something about that was like, I don't think you're clever enough to write that. I don't know. Maybe not. It's Schrodinger's novel. I don't know what's true and what's not. But
did he bring it up in the? Did he bring up the book in the documentary that he wrote?
That's how I found out about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like I remember seeing it or whatever. Lord,
I think I told you, like, I watched it and I was like, oh, I have to get this book right now. Like, there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I mean, okay, so let's.
Okay.
What else are we missing? Because we get
I
so
know
excited and it's all over the
left
place that I
stuff on the
can't.
table. I think I hit all my notes.
I know you did, friend. Okay. I'm like, okay, what else? Okay. Doesn't matter. I feel like, okay, let's talk about toward the end, right?
Okay.
We find out that Miss J had a stroke, a really bad stroke that left him in a wheelchair. Actually couldn't speak, couldn't walk, couldn't do much of anything. And, you see the progression of like now he can talk and all this stuff.
And still throw shade.
Amen. That never, I just think that's in your heart.
I think that was probably so hard for him because he probably has so many like quippy, bitchy
things
to say and
he
couldn't.
And you hate that a stroke has to be the thing to slow you down and be like, okay. But what stood out to me for her character, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this is an indication of her character across the board, but at least in her interpersonal relationships and working relationships, it's like even after this man had a stroke, like you didn't ever reach out. Like you guys were able to build this phenomenal and phenomenal. It was this phenomenon, this cultural phenomenon.
He's known you since you were a teenager.
17 years old.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything. Like even if I thought I left stuff all fucked up with somebody, you know what I mean? They have a stroke and I know about it.
Yeah.
And I know they're gonna see this whole and nothing.
I think your problem is you're not thinking like a malignant narcissist. So maybe you try doing that.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that was...
it was really heartwarming to see them all together, though.
It was.
In that little moment and stuff. It was like, oh, that's so
because,
nice.
like I said, they were like the more entertaining part of the show.
They really
like,
were.
Tyra's fun to watch, but...
And even Miss J, I don't think he was apologizing for being shady. He was like, I mean, this is what we do.
He's like, this is me. Cameras on or off.
Yeah, this is just like, this is why I'm pretty sure I was asked to be here.
The dirt on him in the novel was that he liked to like show dick pics.
Oh. Maybe that's what he's whispering in his ear right
he's
there.
like, you should look at my phone.
should see it.
Yeah, like that was a whole little thing or whatever. But on the most part, because his name was Miss Thing. In the novel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A lot of imagination there. But yeah, I mean, at least I feel like there were moments when all of them were like, yeah, that was kind of crazy. Nobody's really taking any real ownership in any of this. There was so many excuses as to why. And I think it would have just been nice.
It was us, the viewers. It was
like,
our fault.
Y'all bitches wanted it. So, I mean, we was just giving you what you wanted. It's like, but if you show up in my neighborhood with crack, and I really don't even understand the implications of crack, and then I'm high than a bitch. I'm like, this is great.
I think I'm going to steal a refrigerator.
Yeah, it's like, whatever I gotta do. It's like, this showed up in our homes. And again, like, it wasn't like now I could pick up my phone and see any number of ridiculous clips that are viral of some terrible thing happening to somebody on a lot of levels. This was before that. So this was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. So I just would have liked to see some ownership. I don't want to take anything away from her, just from Tyra in terms of like,
yeah, she's like,
it's like she's Tyra, but it's like
she's like Voldemort,
man.
It's like you did incredible things, like terrible,
incredible.
Like
that's what Eva said. She was like, it was like amazingly terrifying.
Yeah, like
what a great way to put that, because that's exactly what it was. You know what I mean? The whole fucking thing. So
yeah.
Do we take a break right there?
I think so.
We'll be right back.
I've been so calm.
All right, guys, so welcome back from the break. Just what a show. What a time, man. Like, the early 2000s there was nothing like it. It was definitely very, it was
shiny.
like, well, yeah, and think about it. I mean, like, you are literally the turn of the century. Like, I mean,
We had Y2K. We were all worried about that.
we thought the computers were going to shut down. Like you pointed out too, 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
In 2001. No. Yes.
Yeah, that was
Gosh.
2001.
I was like, wait a minute.
But then just so many things happened. Then we had the Iraq War. And it's just...
Maybe we were ready for just some mess, kind of. You know what I mean? Like,
I
sometimes...
think that's why Chappelle's show felt so good.
Oh, my God. You ain't lying. So there's something to be
Because he tackled this,
said.
too. Like, even he
Yes.
was commenting on reality show culture, like, making the band.
Yes. It was like nothing we had ever seen. So, yes, it captured our imaginations. Yes, we did tune in for it, for sure.
Like, Flavor of Love.
So, this is... Oh, my God. I'm so
So,
glad
like...
you said this. It blew our minds, you guys, every Sunday.
I wish I didn't. It's Doritos. Like,
Okay.
you
Okay.
engineered this so that I don't even have a chance to not do it.
That's all I'm saying. It's like...
You found some neon cheese dust, and now look at me.
And you know that it stimulates a part in my brain that's going to crave it. And then you tell me it's my fault for wanting it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, that's so crazy. So when I think about some of our favorite, like...
It's a cold-ass game,
it's
man.
crazy as
This game
hell.
is freezing. That's what...
It truly is. And it's like, I mean, some people are built up for it. And I do think that, like, people who... And I'm not qualified to say that, like, Tyra is a actual narcissist. Like, that gets thrown around. Like, I'm not getting ready to do that. But I will say there are certain personality types that seem more able to take on what you have to do to be a cult leader, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Or to be that person that's willing to say, like, I don't care if this is at the expense of people's mental health, the way they see, to the point where maybe you don't even believe that that's a thing. You're just like, no, I'm giving them a platform. I'm you know what I'm saying?
These girls,
like,
they should be grateful. Like Gold Dukat. I'm sorry,
Who?
Star Trek.
bitch, I thought.
I'll pushing through. So, yeah. So
Not
what
in the middle.
responsibility do media companies have to their viewers and participants?
I'm having a hard time pivoting. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because whose name did you just throw out there?
Gold Dukat. So Gul is a military position, kind of like major or general in the
Y'all see what I'm
Cardassian
dealing with?
army or their military. So he was a Gul, and then his name was Dukat.
So mad about that. I'm so mad you threw
But
that
he
out.
was such a narcissist, though. Like, but his whole thing was like, the Bajordan people should be grateful to us for
That's
colonizing
always the
their
energy.
for
It's-
colonizing their planet and me raping their women.
It's peak whiteness.
They
though, when you
should have
think
been
about
like
it.
happy I wanted to sleep with them.
It's peak whiteness. And I say that.
Well, whiteness is kind of a cult, so that'll be another parallel because it's a disordered thinking because we're not reality checking. That's what you have to do to avoid
That's-
cults. That's what I wanted to tell everybody. Everyone, listen to Kat. Listen, you have to constantly reality check. That's why you have to have people around you who take a lot of glee in letting you know when you're playing yourself. And don't push them away. Bring them closer. Do like this. And
it's
then
helpful.
ask yourself some questioning. Anything that's real can stand up to scrutiny.
Amen.
And then if you go into like psychic fits because someone's like, you feel like your like identity is being attacked, you're in a cult.
Being told no, like when that attacks your very being, that's a clear sign that there's something wrong. Because I think about having to do that with kids, like having to set people up to be okay with or to be able to deal and work with disappointment or failures, if you will, you know, opportunities that don't necessarily materialize the way you think they are going to. Like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't want to be in a situation where I am so delusional about my own reality. Like, I think it's very much better to say, like, I'm Darth Vader in this bitch. Like I'm choosing the dark side, and I don't. Yeah, you're right. I don't give a fuck. Like you know what I'm saying?
I'm killing the younglings.
Because
Let's go.
at the end of the day, if my goal is capitalism or or assimilating to a system, so let
Or
me be
living
clear for
forever.
those who've never listened to this show and you hear me say it, like whiteness. I'm talking about the construct, the systems that are in place. Because to me, a lot of what Tyra was participating in is.
White
We didn't build
patriarchal,
that. Yeah, like
no.
that was something already
She
in
was
place. And
serving
you're serving
that
the ultimate cause of that. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so again, like the people who probably did well after this were people who pivoted away from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I do think that like when you're participating in these reality shows now, you know, like what is that like what does that look like? I think it's a little bit more clear. Like it's like if I'm going on a reality show, I know I'm gonna have to make a production of myself, which I am not interested in that. I will be, if you look at me like I'm a brokey, like I'm poor,
I just say I'd rather be poor.
Fine.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
That's
I'll
fine.
just be minding my own
I'll
business
have peace
over
and
here.
I'll be poor and that'll be fine. But I'm not getting ready to, like I think about somebody like Snooki. Do you remember Jersey Shore?
I remember the character. I never really watched it.
I watched
but I remember,
Jersey Shore.
I remember that man punching that girl in the face.
Yes.
The situation.
Oh my God.
It was so
that
bad.
was.
Now,
it was a situation.
Now that's another thing too. Where it's like, should we have aired that assault? I'm sorry.
Snooki's draws
See, it got
was
me.
on-
That's what got me shouting.
It gets you. It's pretty. I mean, like it's crazy when you really think about it. Walking to New York or from Brooklyn or wherever the hell you know, they had them walking for the cheesecake and the Diddy thing.
For
that
making
is
the band.
unreasonable.
I remember that was a moment too where I was like, I don't like that dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what I would want people to know is like, it's never that dire. Like, I know again, and this is something we've talked about before in the past. Like, when you're making choices about your future, even if it's like, okay, these are my dreams, and I feel like if I don't use this path through America's Next Top Model, if I don't use this path for making the band, my dreams won't be realized. It's like that is actually not true. It's not entirely true just because of that. Like it might be true, but it's like there are other ways.
One shot, do not miss your chance.
That's not what he was rapping about right then. He wasn't talking about
no. You're
America's
getting
Next Top
played,
Model.
and that's the thing too. You have to just be like,
it's
hold on.
It's not that desperate. You're not that desperate. And
if you get kicked off the show, you just get kicked off the show.
And some of them were willing to. And I think we got to be able to walk away from stuff that, you know, everything is so short-sighted. Like, it's so easy to get caught up in that, like, oh, my God, this is my... Because you said you filled out the application, or didn't fill it out, but you looked at applying for the show. Why didn't you?
Because you'd at the time I had a child and you'd have to be away for like 3 months. And I was like, no, I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like nah.
And I'm sure the fine print was like very crazy.
It was just a lark. I was like, But I was like, nah, this ain't
for me.
No.
Like, don't compromise your integrity. Because it's like, to be 20 years out from this and still, like, I feel like that ugly girl who got talked about, or I still carry the shame of, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just never gonna be worth it. There's no amount of money that will fix that.
Nope.
Now, you can try, if you're Shandy, you can try to pay this lady for her troubles or something, but it's like, it's still not gonna undo the damage that was done.
It's not,
because
but you at the very least owe her an apology.
And you're still replaying it. So she still has to relive this yet again. Like, this is still in yet another documentary. And I'm just like, you know, at the end of the day, y'all, it's not that. Please just don't be out here making decisions like your life depends on it.
I want to go back to dragging her boyfriend, too, because I feel like he did not,
how old was he?
They're the same age. I don't care, though.
You can drag him. I'm just saying, like, I don't expect that much from him.
I'm sorry. Like, of course. But
and
also,
he probably didn't see it as a sexual assault either.
Right.
I wonder if
wasn't like,
if he sees it now, I wonder if he feels differently about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not saying he does, but I'm just saying, like,
my whole thing is he knew enough to know I got a bad bitch. And he was like, and bad bitches can make money. So why don't you go to New York and see what...
He sent her?
It was his idea for her to go on Top Model.
Okay.
And so, yeah, you sent your girl off to Tyra, who was a real pimp. And now...
I just feel like there's no way he could have known that was going to be what happened.
I'm just saying, I just don't think
he
he really cared about that girl like that enough. So it was good. She got out. They made it sound like it was just so sad because she like lost the love of her life. I think
probably not. Let's be for real. They were, you know what I mean? They were young.
Yeah, they were
That's what
very
I'm saying. Like
young.
everybody was extremely
Yeah.
young. I don't think that he had any inclination that he was throwing her into the belly of the beast like that.
And I didn't like the fact that he called her a bitch. That's not somebody you need to be with.
Well, no, obviously. I mean, but that's.
And I just felt so bad for her because she had no one. I can't imagine not having my mom.
Yeah, that's real messed up.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what happened there? Because you know it was giving me a lot of Virginia Giuffre.
I knew you were gonna say
man, nobody's
Virginia
girl,
Giuffre.
man. And like I said, like these people, like because even in the novel, there's a little part where he talks about when they were, you know, shopping the show or whatever, and they were pulling girls to be on the show, and she was like, I want them less modelly and more Broken Bird. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, she didn't really want to make them models. She wanted to make a show.
Yeah.
That's even what I used to call making the band. That was just making the show.
Because that's exactly, it's never been about the thing that these people are willing to put themselves in harm's way for, because they're looking at this as their only shot out of whatever abject poverty they may be in, or just whatever media. Like, if you have a chance to make your life, this is why I don't fully judge like people who go on like shows like Baddies and stuff, because I know they're going after a certain demographic of girls who you don't have a passport, you probably didn't. I mean, maybe you, not that I don't mean that to be shady. I'm saying like, you're probably not well traveled. School's probably not because these are all luxuries. You probably aren't afforded just the general luxuries of a really solid education, a solid family background, or you idolize this culture that's now a thing where, you know, just fast money or whatever. So you're looking at this like, I'm willing to compromise my front tooth, you know what I'm saying, to go on this show because this might be my only shot to make $50K that maybe I can, because now you can take your popularity and monetize it. You can use
fill out that passport application.
It's a realer opportunity for these girls now than it was then, I think, to
sure.
to turn it
back
into
then
something.
it was,
you know what I mean?
Like I said, because now you can see how easily, because a lot of people go on these shows just to get their social media following up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I think a lot of Love Island was, if I'm going to be honest. I don't think those people were actually looking for connection.
What? Exactly.
I said it and I'm brave.
You are a brave friend.
Thank
you.
you.
Know, I'm so glad someone said it. But it's just like, yeah, that's what it is now.
Here's the thing, though. Because I spend a lot of time thinking about media. I think media, people who are in production, it's like any other workplace. You have a responsibility to keep people in the workspace you've created safe.
I think so, at the very least.
So I think that's been very derelict. I think there's been all this pushback. Did you see Sun Yi said the Me Too movement went too far?
I feel like you were mad about this before, and I think you've said that to me.
Still
maybe on
mad.
the show.
I just seem to be getting madder.
Yeah.
But Sun Yi is Woody Allen's little wife. That, like his.
What?
Look it up.
He was his stepdaughter. Wasn't she the stepdaughter?
Yeah, this was his stepdaughter that he
nasty work
married. And everybody just acts like
it's like you were groomed, and you want to sit up here and tell me what's regular.
But that's very common.
Of course, because you were groomed.
Because you want to normalize it.
Of course, because you don't want to believe that this was an awful thing. And it's like, no, I chose this. Did you though?
The heart wants what it wants.
Yeah, come on now. It's just gross. But I'm glad that at least now, you know, because again, like there's an element of reality TV that is just, it's there to exploit you. But at the same time, you just have to people have to decide if that's what they're on. You know what I'm saying?
Here's something else you can do to avoid not just reality shows, but any sort of super high control cults,
scenario.
Like, because we're all just go around thinking I'm a brave genius, I'd never be in a cult, but then people join cults all the time. Like
a lot of y'all are in them right now. I won't call out any names.
I know, and it's like I'm always on guard because I'm like I could be in a cult any minute.
Oh yeah.
I mean, nobody's immune. So where is my? So it's called the bite model of authoritarian control.
Oh.
So this is the thing that my dedication came up with, Dr. Hassan. I'm not going to go into all of it. You guys can look it up yourself. I'll put links in it and stuff like that.
Let's rate it.
I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 stilettos. Man, just
Entertaining.
It got me all the way together.
I'm giving it 5 out of 5 catwalks, specifically by Miss J, because that's she just it was a vibe.
It was like Wipeout with models.
It was real bad. But it was entertaining. It really was.
Because at least when you go
was.
on Wipeout, you've seen it. You know what it is.
That's what I'm saying. There's a difference between knowing. I didn't know that this was just a show to make me look stupid.
We didn't have consent in the early 2000s, guys. It hadn't been invented yet. So everybody just be cool and just, we just let abuse ride. That's what it was.
Man, and we still do. But that's neither here nor there. So guys, let's rate next week's book. So we got to spin the wheel. Let's spin it.
All right. So our next, we're going back to books because this is just
it's massive.
Too much Doritos. We need some vegetables now.
Okay.
So we will be reading. Oh, come on now. Right. Yay. Homegoing by Ya Gyasi.
Yay.
Yeah, and I've actually read it before, but it's been so long that it'll feel new. Like, so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I remember loving it.
Really?
Yes. I remember thinking it was like really, really good.
Oh, yay.
So Zadie Smith described it an intelligent, beautiful, and healing read, destined to become a classic. And I think we could all use some more intelligence, beauty, and healing.
Amen.
We're probably not getting that from our feed.
No, probably not. Mine's not that bad, but I definitely think it'll be a good way to close out Black History Month and round out the month, though. I feel like I needed those 2 fillers, though. That was kind of nice. Junk food is cool sometimes. That's what I'm saying. You can't have too much of it. You know what I mean? And you really see that. First of all, I didn't realize Top Model went on to 2016.
I didn't either.
I said I had kids and that show was still
Wait
on.
a minute. Are they going to do another one? Was she serious?
I sure hope not. She
I
did
hope
have a
she's just
twinkle in her
trolling.
stupid eyes. And she better, we don't want to see it. We don't want to see it.
No, not from you, Tyra.
Girl, it's just like the hot ice cream. It feels like a gimmick.
Why would
it feels unnecessary. It's like, this is stupid.
Your hands you're all balled up too.
I'm pissed.
It's like, really? Hot ice cream? Do you hear yourself?
Mad.
She was thinking it would be like the frozen hot chocolate they have at
I don't even know what that is.
Your body belongs to you. If you want hot ice cream, just have hot ice cream.
Do the stuff you love, guys, okay? Just hopefully it doesn't involve, exploiting people. It's just like, damn. Come on, y'all. All right, we out. Bye.
Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezanae M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another fake-ass book club. Cheers.
Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again, and until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.
It's like, bitch, yeah, if I got to.
Sorry, this should have been my dedication. This ain't Burger King, but they have these little churros. I have to stop going. Like, I lightweight feel like I'm addicted to them. There's these mini salted caramel churros. It's turned into sorry for the ad in the middle of this. They're so good. Really? I'm probably gonna get some on the way home.
You should bleep out those names.
All right.
But,